Hey, friends, and welcome back to Totally Normal, the podcast about the validating, funny, and deeply human side of leadership and life. I'm Sara Gayle, and today we are talking about neurodiversity and how the smallest accommodations can make the biggest difference. As you can see, or if you're listening on Spotify, just imagine I am recording this episode with a Breathe Right nose strip on. Yep, right here, every night, because this is real life. I was apparently born with the most narrow nasal passages in the history of mankind and have been a mouth breather for as long as I can remember. I blame my father. Shout out Steve. But I started wearing a nose strip regularly. Like, I've tried it before, but it wasn't that big of a deal. But I started wearing it regularly after my ADHD diagnosis. Several medical professionals told me your brain needs as much oxygen as it can get during sleep and otherwise. They were not kidding. Like, it took a few days, like probably 5 or 6 days of me continually wearing this at night, to realize the difference in clarity when I woke up. So when I get less oxygen, even like a little bit, like if in the beginning it would like fall off in the middle of the night or whatever, my brain fog gets heavier, my processing slows down, and my energy just tanks, goes through the floor. So yes, everyone needs oxygen. This is a big challenge with talking about neurodiversity is a lot of our needs as neurodivergent people is the same need that a neurotypical person would have. However, it's a matter of intensity. It's a matter of recovery time. And so a neurodivergent brain like mine tends to take longer to recover from a depletion like that. When we're tired, we're understimulated, or our brain's just foggy, it's not just a bad day. It will actually trigger a physiological chain reaction that affects focus, emotional regulation, and even motivation to just do basic things like brushing your teeth or taking a shower or doing the dishes. Like, these really simple things seem like mountains when you're drained as a neurodivergent person. So yes, the nose strip is not the cutest thing, okay? Like, if I could wear it all the time, yes, I would love to breathe all the time. But like, I want to be cute too. So it doesn't get 24/7 treatment, but if you join a meeting with me, if we are collaborating on something, there is a chance that I may show up with one of these, and just know I'm ready to think really, really well if I have this on. So I want to function with more clarity and less struggle. Like, not be perfect, that's not the goal, but give myself a chance. So I want to explore a little bit today how something that small, just getting in the habit of getting more oxygen when you're sleeping, can make such a big difference, and why we need to normalize supporting neurodivergent needs, and how, as leaders, if you are in charge of anyone, whether it's at work, at home, in a leadership group of your colleagues, whatever, we can make space for others without guilt, shame, or being awkward, making it weird. So what is neurodiversity really? Neurodiversity is one of those words we hear a lot lately. It is often misunderstood. So neurodivergent, neurodiversity, at its core, it just means that brains are different by design. It's not a diagnosis. It's not a trend. It's not some catchphrase. It's a framework for understanding human variation. It reminds us there isn't one normal kind of brain. And honestly, if you call yourself a leader, if you call yourself an innovator, if you call yourself someone who wants to connect to people, wants to build meaningful relationship, wants to expand your network, you need to learn how people are going to show up in front of you and how to support them and how to deepen a relationship with honesty and authenticity. And that means, hey, They might not be exactly something that I've seen perfectly boxed up and given to me with a bow before. Like, I might have to learn a little more about this person or someone who has these different needs than I do. Some of us thrive in structure and consistency. Others light up with novelty, so new things, creativity, connection, but might struggle with executive functioning, organization or focus. Neurodiversity includes ADHD, autism, dyslexia, dyscalculia, which that's a whole other podcast about dyscalculia, which I have, Tourette's, and more. It also recognizes that every brain exists on a spectrum of strengths, sensitivities, needs, wants, joy. All of these things are going to come differently to different people. So when I talk about wearing a nose strip, or I don't know if you guys have seen those Nido cubes where it's like just like a stress ball. It's beautiful. I will squeeze a fidget toy during a meeting so I can focus because my hands need to, yeah, yeah, uh-huh. If my hands are doing this, then my brain can focus. Or setting alarms to remind myself, like, get up and eat lunch, go for a walk, don't get sucked in, don't get hyper focused. That's not weird. That's wise. My microphone is right here, so if I disappear. It's not weird, it's wise. It's the same principle as wearing glasses, which I'm not ashamed of. No one judges someone for using lenses to see clearly. And if you are somebody that judges other people for the accommodations they need, like, ew, bullying is lame. Bullying is lame. My brain just needs a little help to breathe a little more clearly because I recognize that about myself. So let's talk about oxygen. Let's talk about brain fog and how it affects functioning. Here is where the science meets the story. When your brain doesn't get enough oxygen from sleep issues, sinus problems, allergies, shallow breathing, or even chronic stress can just kind of cause tightness for you, your brain will go into conservation mode. And that means slower processing, foggier thinking, less emotional regulation. You may be on edge. The people around you may feel this like walking on eggshells. And now if you add ADHD or neurodivergence to that mix, ADHD brains already have challenges with dopamine regulation, executive functioning. So things like prioritization, planning, and task initiation, when oxygen levels drop, those struggles get magnified. So that's the difference. When we talk about, yeah, everyone would be better if they got better sleep. Everyone would improve if they got more oxygen to their brain. Yeah. And neurodivergent people are already dealing with a baseline of challenges that are a little bit different. Again, it's not, oh, our lives are so much harder than yours. It's, we have different things and we need you to recognize that. It's just going to look different. And so your reference point for what you might call, lazy or, come on, where's your motivation? They're not very goal oriented. They aren't disciplined. It's not that. Like when you hear a neurodivergent person say, man, I just can't think straight today. Or my brain feels like it's just dragging. That's not a character flaw. It's physiology. So, neurodivergent people often notice that fog more acutely because we already operate close to our brain's energy threshold. So when oxygen drops or stress spikes, our cognitive battery is going to drain faster. That's why rest, hydration, keep a giant bottle of water with you, neurodivergent people, please. Movement, all of those basic things are actually radical acts of support for our brains. When we ignore those needs, they seem extra or not normal, or what's wrong with me, or like, they don't need that, I'm being a baby, or no, like we're basically asking our brains to run a marathon on half a tank. And then we shame ourselves for not keeping up. That's not discipline, that is deprivation. You're torturing yourself. You should not do that. I have learned the hard way that you can't outthink or outhustle your biology. Let's just say that again. You can't outthink, outsmart, outplan, outorganize the way your body works by default. You can't. So accepting where you are, what you need, is so smart. It's so kind to yourself. It's so sustainable. We don't want to crash and burn. So how does it show up at work or at home? What does it actually look like in real life? It might mean forgetting simple tasks after a night of poor sleep, or feeling emotionally flooded by something small because your brain is already working overtime, like your margin's this thin. So like you spill a drink and you're just, whole day is just gone. Or if you're sitting in a meeting, staring at your notes, thinking, why can't I start? Why can't I comprehend what's happening here? Like, I'm so distracted. Like for me, brain fog feels like a quiet hum, like the Wi-Fi between my thoughts is just kind of like it's not, where are we? Not quite connecting. And that's my cue now. Like I listen to my body. It's my signal that my brain is saying, hey, pay attention to me. I need more oxygen. I need a break. I need a reset. Drink some water. Turn off the screen for a second. And the more I have learned to listen to that cue instead of just push through it, the better I lead, the better I parent. I'm a better partner to my husband, because when I am not fighting my own body, I can actually focus on other people and doing right by them, treating them well, contributing my experience and my love and my care and my support to the people around me, because I'm not fighting myself at every corner. So that's the secret of neurodivergent self-care. It's not about doing more, it's about noticing sooner. So let's bring this into leadership. If you are a leader, especially one managing a team with diverse brains, this is huge, okay? Accommodations are not charity. They're strategy. If you have a team or a team member that complains about an accommodation that you're making for someone who needs it, whatever that looks like, remind them. Our goals are to succeed. Our goals are not to all look the same doing it every day. Our goals are to level up or finish this project or get the word out about our organization or whatever. Bring it back to alignment with your goals. If you actually want to get there, you will make that accommodation. Letting someone wear noise-canceling headphones, take a movement break, have a little bit of flexibility in their schedule is not about special treatment. It's about equitable performance. So if you want these results, this team member might need accommodation A, this team member might need accommodation B, and when you give it to them, they will reach the same performance results that you want, those KPIs that you're always pushing for every year, month, week, day. If you actually want to get there, you will get to know your people well, and you will not be afraid of accommodation. And what if you're the one asking for the accommodation? You're not being needy, you're being responsible. Leaders who understand neurodiversity build teams where people can do their best work as themselves. That's what psychological safety actually looks like. It's not just a buzzword on a poster, but it's a lived experience of being understood. Psychological safety is one of the most underrated strategic approaches to business ever. I founded Everkind Strategies because being kind is the best strategy. It's good for business being good to people. You don't be nice so you can get the results. You find ways to be good to other people, and the results come probably tenfold, if we're being honest. So when someone says, hey, I need to work with the lights a little bit lower today, or can I turn my camera off for this meeting? The best response isn't, why can't you just deal with it? Everyone else does. It's, thanks for letting me know what helps you do your best work. That kindness as a way of working, not as a tactic. So, yeah, I'm sitting here with a nose strip on my face. You hear that? Oh my gosh. The second I take this off, you guys, it is like I cannot breathe through my nose. But for now, and again, if we ever have a meeting and I'm not wearing a nose strip, if you look really closely, you can probably see a little red mark over my nose. And just know, hey, she's doing it. She's taking care of herself. That's what that little indentation on her nose is. This tiny strip is a symbol of permission. Permission to support my brain the way it deserves. And I'm proud of that. So whether your version of that is a weighted blanket or a fidget toy or noise-canceling headphones or therapy, you deserve that kind of care too. Because your brain isn't broken. It's beautifully built. It's just wired differently. And that difference deserves accommodation, not apology. Because being human, neurodivergent or not, is totally normal. So, as you're listening and as we wrap up, what is one small adjustment that has helped your brain feel better this week? Join me on Substack, share your totally normal brain fog story, and make sure that you remember accommodations aren't indulgent. They're intelligence in action. I am so grateful that we were able to spend some time together this week. I hope you found some little nuggets of resources in there for you, or you just felt like, hey, me and a friend talked for 20 minutes today, and she told me that I can sleep with a nose strip on and no one cares. All right, guys, take care of yourself, and I will see you next week.